And they're off. They've jumped away, and once again Chaninbar has refused to go with the others. He's planted himself at the start. Chaninbar are taking no part as the rest stream out over the first in this Grade 1 John Smith's Melling chase, but Chaninbar is left standing as French Opera towards the outer disputes it with stable companion Mad Max as they go quickly on towards the second. Alberta's Run AP with a white cap is up between horses, and French Opera are rather backed off that one, and it cost them a length or two in the air as they move on quite swiftly towards fence number 3 at the first of the ditches. Mad Max taken on by Alberta's Run. French Opera much more slick on that occasion. Summersby is out wide in the dark colours, racing close up in 4th place. The white-faced Tranquil Sea is towards the inner. Then Tartak, Masterminded, Spotted Jacket is weighted with from Kalahari King, and Made in Taipan is just last. They go to the turn from the back straight first time. That is Mad Max who dictates at just a swinging early pace. Alberta's Run tracks him from French Opera. Summersby is wide of Tartak, and then Tranquil Sea white cap towards the inside. Masterminded is next. Kalahari King is back at last but one. Made in Taipan observes from last place as they take the cross fence, the 5th, all safely to the other side, and they make progress towards the top of the straight first time. So Mad Max and Paul Carberry leading up from last year's winner and 4-time Grade 1 winner Alberta's Run in the hands of AP in second place. French Opera, Barry Geraghty in the dark jacket is towards the near side, wide around maroon cap of Summersby. Then Tranquil Sea and Tartak ahead of Masterminded, Kalahari King, and a couple of lengths to Made in Taipan. Up towards fence 7. It's the second of the 4 ditches in the race, and Mad Max still dictating terms, jumps boldly there. Once again, Made in Taipan was the last to touch down. So the lengthy approach to fence 8, it brings them towards halfway in the John Smith's Melling chase, and Mad Max still controlling the pace. Alberta's Run in the centre, French Opera towards the near side, tracked by Summersby. Tartak in the red and grey hunting up the leaders with Tranquil Sea right down at the fence, and then Masterminded, who's still weighted with from Kalahari King in a little close, and a worse mistake in last place from Made in Taipan, who finds himself 3 lengths adrift. So a circuit still to travel in this Grade 1 contest, and it's all been quite civilised so far. The only drama coming at the start, where once again Chaninbar refused to take any part. So Mad Max narrowly, with French Opera's stable companion going back up into second. Alberta's Run has been relegated to dispute third with Tartak. And then towards the inside, Tranquil Sea. Summersby is still seeing plenty of daylight from Masterminded, Kalahari King, and a couple of lengths back to Made in Taipan. They start off down the back straight for the final time, and this line of 4 fences coming up quite sharply. Mad Max jumping boldly, French Opera not very high on that occasion. Alberta's Run in the centre, near side, bustled along for a stride or 2 Tartak. Pace is lifting, Made in Taipan struggling to go with them. Another plain fence, and this is the 10th. It's Tartak who puts it up to Mad Max. Tartak jumping particularly boldly there. Alberta's Run perhaps just in a little close, and AP briefly changed his hands, but he remains prominent in 3rd place. Then French Opera, Tranquil Sea, Summersby. Masterminded still yet to be popped the question. Kalahari King is next, and this break back to Made in Taipan. Go on towards the final fence across in the back straight. Tartak in close on that occasion, really rooted the fence, and back in the field Kalahari King blundered as well, and AP's having to nudge away on Alberta's Run. He's not been travelling that smoothly down the back straight. Walsh, however, is beginning to sneak into it on Masterminded, the green and yellow jacket, and he's only about 4 lengths off them as they turn down the side of the course and race towards the 4th last. Tartak on the inner. In the centre, Mad Max. Summersby still in the thick of the action. Then Alberta's Run out wide from Masterminded, Tranquil Sea. French Opera under pressure is clinging onto their coattails. Kalahari King's making no impression in rear as the principals turn for home, and Walsh has now eased Masterminded up into 3rd place, and he stalks Summersby and Mad Max into the straight. So down towards the 3rd last. Mad Max on the right, Summersby the white face. Masterminded took off almost upsides. Then Alberta's Run driven along, and Masterminded cruises up to challenge as they race towards the final ditch. 2 from home then in the John Smith's Melling chase. Masterminded joining Mad Max. Alberta's Run still snapping at the heels. He's been driven along for a fair way. Summersby's back in 4th, then French Opera and Tartak, and it's Masterminded who breezes into the lead on the run down towards the final fence. Last year's winner Alberta's Run is chasing, then Summersby. Mad Max for the 1 pace. Masterminded given an inch of rain, draws towards the final fence. Spring-heeled leap, that surely settled it, and he draws away up the run-in, and Masterminded back back to his imperious best, so the former champion chaser is storming clear. It's another Grade 1, and Masterminded wins the John Smith's Melling Chase. Alberta's run in second, Summersby third, followed home by Tartac, French Opera, Mad Max, Tranquil Sea, and Made in Taipan.
Masterminded has won. A highly consistent, highly rated horse who's put up performance after performance this season until putting in a subdued run at the Queen Mother Champion Chase following a blunder, but he's stepped up in trip here. Different tactics under Ruby Walsh, and he has triumphed in the John Smith's Melling Chase for Paul Nicholls. He's come well clear of in second. Alberta's run, not quite the double for him this time around. Tony McCoy riding for John Joe O'Neill, and it had been hard at work for such a long time, and this gritty horse still managed to finish second. And in third, it was Summersby. He loomed up like a likely winner.